Hey guys, Arm&Gun here. We're going to talk today about the Warsport LVOA. This gun was all the rage back when I was first getting into AR, so that was 3-4 years ago. And I had to jump on one of these guys. I mean, either you liked it or you hated it. Or sorry, either you loved it or you hated it. These guys were definitely something that people were talking about back in the day. They were known for making this $3,000 AR, with $3,000 US AR back then was pretty much unheard of. People are like, what the heck, man? Where do you get off charging that? And they were early in the Gucci AR scene. They definitely decked out the gun with all the best parts of the day, like CMC 3.5 pound single stage trigger, Radiant Raptor charging handle, Magpul M-Bus, like the pro sights, the metal ones. You may be saying, or even battle arms, this short throw 45-degree selector. It is ambi, stuff like that. Ambi mag release. They had Magpul grips, and they had, well, this is a grip as well, a Magpul grip. They had a foregrip as well. Enhanced magazine, trigger guard. That was, I've got a different one on here now, but that was again a Magpul enhanced. They basically just decked it out with everything. And again, this is 3-4 years ago, so I mean, these parts are more common now, but back then that was the really hot stuff. They basically went after all the best Gucci kit that they could get. They even went as far as laser engraving their logo into the Radiant Raptor charging handle. Again, stuff that's been done since, but these guys were kind of pioneering a lot of that stuff back then. So, they, I guess what made this gun immediately very popular was the aesthetic. So, apart from being in a super interesting color at the time, like foliage green, this was, I think they were pretty much the guys pioneering this color as well. This is a Magpul color. Magpul makes furniture in this color, at least they used to. This is a foliage green PMag, foliage green grip, foliage green UBR Gen 1 stock. It came with their Sopmod style stock, but again, foliage green. And the reason they wanted to go with this color was because it's so dull and matte, it doesn't reflect, like it doesn't shine. Obviously it's under the light here, but it doesn't like, you're not going to get a glint or a glare off of it. And they designed this weapon system around being, well, low visibility operations application, or low visibility operation application, something like that. And it was basically meant for, your operators, working overseas in very close quarter operations where they need to be, very mobile and low visibility. And apparently that was a big deal. They definitely, made a splash with this rifle. It connected with me. I thought it was just a gorgeous looking gun. I did like the color, and I don't know, it's just pretty cool. I definitely also fell for this whole extended rail right to the end of the muzzle device, scalloped out for the muzzle device, and this cool little proprietary, I shouldn't say proprietary because it's just a 1/2x28 thread. You can put it on any 5.56 rifle with that thread pitch, but it's just really cool how everything worked out. They really thought about this weapon system as a whole, not just as a sum of its parts. So that's kind of cool. There's also this like bungee, like I don't know of any other rifle manufacturer that from the factory used bungee on their gun. And that was primarily for cable management, I believe. When people that had lights and lasers back, even to this day, but there were less convenient options back then than there are now. And you'd have cables running, from your press pads or from whatever up there, and this is just a way of, managing that. Kind of cool. And then I got this rifle, and then again, it had lots of great parts already on it. It had, I think, a pretty solid BCG. I did throw a bad lever on here just to make it ambi. I'm kind of all about my ambi bolt catch and release, and Phase 5 Tactical does a really nice one. So I also threw their enhanced winter trigger guard on here as well. I liked the angular look against the flat face trigger. Again, purely aesthetic. This isn't a gun I'm really running for competition or anything like that. So this is just a fun AR that I like to shoot on the weekend and just have my collection because it's super unique. It made this color. It made a lot of news for a long time about this handguard and the scalped out rail. Just pretty cool all around. And what else can I tell you about the company and stuff itself? They did also make an LVOA. So this is the LVOA-C, which is for carbine, 16-inch barrel. 14.75-inch barrel with pin and welded comp. They also made a LVOA-S SBR. It's like 2.5 or 3 inches shorter. I would love to get one of those. A buddy of mine has a spare upper, and one of these days I'm just gonna bite the bullet and buy it from him. But because I really did want the set. I just want the shorter one. Looks pretty cool too. The company, though, they were also... So this is the Voltor Add-A-Rail system. Pretty heavy duty. I mean, they've done lightning cuts and stuff in the handrail to get some of the weight down, but this is a chunky handguard. It's almost a monolithic upper. It's so tight. They've got like reinforcement pin in there, and just it's super tight, and there's no wiggle between the upper and lower, which is also really nice to see. It was definitely a quality gun. Definitely a very, very quality gun. They used all the Gucciest accessories of the time. I think I already said that. And man, just really nice stuff. I threw... Oh yeah, I'll get what I did after the fact. So Warsport were doing modern rails. They did a 9mm PCC. They got a 308 gun. They were doing ambi receivers. They had a lower priced version of the gun with like a more standard rail that didn't, go all the way out. And then all of a sudden, like, they were really active on social media and everything. And all of a sudden, they were just kind of gone. They were posting this like pirate flag thing for a while. I don't really get that, but then all of a sudden, there was an announcement that they got bought out by Zero Delta. Their logo's down here. They made this mount that I have my US Optics TS1-8X, which is a very nice, this is their economy line, but very nice little unit. Nice glass. For the money you pay, there's a lot of value here. Anyways, I digress. Zero Delta bought them out, and I was really hoping they were going to bring some more guns to the table, because they had a few Zero Delta marked guns that looked like the modern Warsports, even just took a little bit, Warsport 2.0 type thing. But I haven't seen much coming from them recently. They just keep selling off old stock of Warsport that they keep finding. So, anyways, can't talk too much more about that right now, because there isn't a lot to say. This thing is chambered in 223 Wylde, which is basically the intermediate chambering between 5.56 and 223, so you can run both reliably. This is a 5.56 round. This, for comparison, is a 7.62 by 39, typical AK-47 round. And then we've got our 7.62 by 51 NATO, or 308. That's a heavy hitter. Love this caliber. Anyways, that was just your quick caliber comparison to see where this thing fires and where it kind of shakes out. And last couple things I did to this rifle is it came with, again, a foliage green B5 Sopmod style stock. I tracked down a Magpul UBR Gen 1. This is my favorite stock. Partly because of that. It's got this preset setting. You can just set it for your length to pull, and then just, boom, hit this latch, and it just slides right out. If you want to go further, press the preset button, and you can pull it out a little further. And then there's one more on this side that just lets you take it right off. But just really slick. It is a bit of a boat anchor. It's a heavy, it adds weight to the overall gun, which they claim weighs 7 pounds, which must be completely bare, like optics, nothing on it. Because I weighed this, and I got 8.7 pounds with, it had the sights, the MBUS sights on it. It also had this UBR Gen 1. These are heavy. I also have a silent JP, silent captured buffer in here. I took the optic off, but still, 8.7 pounds. I was kind of a bit surprised, and they keep saying 7 pounds, so I'm not sure if that's with the SBR version. That probably chops off a little bit of weight, but I don't know where they're getting 7 pounds from. So this thing was 8.7 without the optic and mag, so we're getting close to 10 with this stuff on here. So, but it doesn't feel bad, and the reason I like this optic, or this stock as well, is because of how well it balances. I find, because this is a front heavy AR, right? Like it's a full size AR, and it's also, there's a lot of meat up here. It's also just a heavy rail, heavy barrel. So I like running these heavier stocks on guns like this because it helps balance it out. It doesn't feel as front heavy, nose down. And I like that. I know there might be a reason just to try and go light everywhere, but that's just the way I roll. And if I get a Falcor Petra, which I really want to get a Falcor Petra, again, that's a pretty lightweight gun. I mean, I'm pretty surprised. That's a 10-pound gun, and it's friggin' 300 Win Mag. 20-inch barrel, the Draco's barrel system. But they put a Luth AR stock on the end of it, and I just always get to wonder, like, man, I want to get that. I want to throw a UBR Gen 1 on it because I feel like it would just balance that much better. But anyways, I'm getting off on another tangent here. Lastly, I top this thing off with my favorite combat optic, the Elcan Specter Dr. These things, friggin' phenomenal. I definitely really like the Elcan Specter Drs. You know, your 1 power, boom, your 4 power, and that's just right here. It's super convenient. It's got little backup irons up top. Illuminated, you can either illuminate just the dot or the whole crosshair. Nice big clear glass, big tube. It's people complain about how much the optic weighs, but they also forget that it's not just the optic. It's the optic with integral mount. So yes, they cost more, but you also got the mount ready to go. It's a QD mount with these arms levers. Yes, they're a little bit circa 2005, but hey, they're still semi-relevant. They still work. They still lock on real nice and hard. And I don't know. I love this optic system. Anyways, another tangent. Gun is super cool. I'll talk about the ergs in my shooting video, which will be live the same time as this guy. So please do me a favor, go check that out. Please like and subscribe. This video got a little bit longer, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a condensed version. I'm gonna do a little 3-minute, like bust this out, and for the guys that just want to get the quick and dirty. And I will also do a takedown video, and if you guys want to see that as well. It is just another AR-15, takes down exactly the same as any other AR-15, but who knows? Maybe someone wants to take down their LVOA, watching some other guy take down their LVOA. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time. Again, please like, subscribe. Check me out on Instagram at arm.and.gun. I post there daily, do story posts, do lots of other interesting content that doesn't get onto YouTube. So if you like YouTube, go check me out on Instagram. Thanks, guys. Peace out, eh?